Chiquinha, Chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and then also hit the that little bell. That means you're gonna get notified of other videos that I do.
Okay, so I'm here in Mexico City. This is where I'm going to be starting at in La Condesa, and that's the street, right? Mercado Michoacan, and you'll see it right in the beginning of the street sign. So if you want to go take a look on Google Maps, you can. And here we go. I'm going to basically I get off this bus. It's called Hop On Hop Off bus, and I come out of a Mercado, and I'm just going to start walking into it, and I'm going to explore this neighborhood for the next 25 minutes, and I'm going to talk over this one. And I have a lot of Mexico City footage. If you like it, make sure that you make a comment. It'll put it in the algorithm and it'll make it more available to more people on YouTube. And they might want to see things like this too, if this is the kind of videos and YouTube things that you like. For me, I like this kind of stuff. So when I walk around in Mexico City, I like to take my camera around. And I want to show people exactly what it's like. You know, when you watch other videos, you might not really get a good feel because you might just see somebody's face all the time, or maybe it's like a TV thing and they're always showing you the most expensive restaurants and the all the biggest tourist areas. But you know, I actually like just to walk around the neighborhoods, and I like to see what you would see and what I would see when I walk around. And so this is this particular neighborhood. This neighborhood is one of many really cool neighborhoods in Mexico City, and there's I only scratched the surface. I went around to this particular spot, sorry, mispronouncing it, La Condesa, and basically what I was doing is just I like to explore neighborhoods and just kind of see what's all there. So you're gonna get a chance to see that. Here I'm doing a selfie, so I really like this building behind me. So just have to, so a lot of times when I'm taking the one camera, like I don't want to stop and all the time. So anyways, that's what this is all about. Okay, there we go. So so this neighborhood is, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like cool. I guess it'd be like bohemian maybe, but not really bohemian, but because this, you can see that there's money there because it's like it just seems really healthy. Like everybody is dressed well and they seem educated, and the buildings aren't, you know, they're like, everything's really walkable as well, and there's a lot of restaurants, really good restaurants too, and a lot of good businesses around, and well, you'll be able to see. I mean, actually that's one of the things about Mexico City, like the stereotype of it is completely different than the reality. So people that have been to Mexico City know exactly what I'm talking about. But you know, when you're reading about it online, you feel like, oh, there's going to be like taxi kidnappers everywhere, and people are going to take me and rob me and bring me to an ATM. I didn't feel anything like that, like not even close. It's just like everything was, the normality of it was just full on, like comfortable, just really comfortable. I mean, and like there's lots of people that's like right here. There's a bunch of people that are just, you know, eating out in the restaurant, and like I bet we could probably pause and take a look and see their bags are kind of placed in funny ways. And like I didn't, you know, usually if I'm in a place where I feel there's a lot of crime, you know, I'd put the bag, you know, wrapped around my leg, or I wouldn't even sit with my back to the outside because there'd be, you know, like street kids around or whatever. Nothing like that. It's 0. Like you might as well be in
Really cool
like New York City and Manhattan. I don't know what other people feel about New York, Manhattan, but like New York has you know, reputation sometimes, but actually when you're actually in New York, it's I always felt really safe, and I felt really safe in Mexico City too. And I'm sure there's bad neighborhoods. I know I've read about them and I hear about them, and people say, you know, to not go to them, but they're pretty hard to get to because I just felt like, you know, everywhere I walked in Mexico City, it just felt like endless amounts of pretty good places to walk around. And this is pretty normal right here. You got you know, nice, like just look at the cars. Like all the cars, like, you know, like they're like well taken care of, kind of new. Like sometimes you go to other places. Like I went to Cairo, and almost all the cars, you can basically just walk down and like dented car. Like they just get in accidents. They can't really repair it very easily. Kind of driving around, you know, dents and old. But here they're not like that at all. And I think I've heard that Mexico City has one of the best when it comes to like disparity of wealth and things like that, like Mexico City actually really takes care of its people. Like the money that they make there is like, I don't know, the cost of living is pretty low, and just, I don't know, something about it. It just seems like it's just a good city, basically. Okay, so let's break it down into a few things that you might be interested in. Cost of things. The cost of things in Mexico City is pretty low considering what kind of city it is. Like, I would put Mexico City up there as up there with like amenities and just all kinds of really great things around. It's up there like as a pretty close to like New York or London. You know, I definitely felt like New Mexico City had a lot more amenities than I've seen in other parts of Latin America.
So we're just gonna walk around, try to take some pictures.
I mean, there's definitely stuff in, you know, Bogota, Sao Paulo, and things like that. But Mexico City, just I was just really impressed with like I could find a lot of well, the Mexican cuisine for one is just absolutely incredible and so varied, and it's definitely one of the best cuisines that most. I'll just give you a little bit of story. Like, I live in Asia. I live in China, next to Hong Kong. And basically, when people meet Americans in Asia, like, nobody says to them, like, when two Americans meet, nobody says like, "Oh, I wonder where I can get some good hamburgers at." Like, nobody ever says that. But every single time you meet an American abroad in Asia, you know, they'll always say, "Oh yeah, you know, there's some good place to get some tacos or burritos, or there's this Mexican restaurant." Like, they talk about that all the time. And then if there's a Mexican restaurant in, you know, Hong Kong or Macau or whatever, the American people are gonna find it, eat it, and talk about it with other people. But they'll never talk about, "Oh, there's an American restaurant over here." For one, like, there's not really any American restaurants there. Usually there's like fast food, McDonald's, Burger King kind of stuff, you know, which is like universal food. That's not, I mean, the origin is from the United States, but it's not like, that's not, Americans don't live on that, or they shouldn't anyways, more just like anybody from anywhere else. Anyways, so Mexico City has well, you can see me getting my Dr. Pepper. I can't get that over here hardly at all. I mean, once in a while I can in Asia, but when I find it, that's why when I was in Mexico City and I saw one, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get one right away." But anyways, like, the Mexican food is amazing, and then also I can get all the Western stuff too. So like, I saw Little Caesar's Pizza and just other stuff that I hadn't seen that I don't see in Asia at all. Like, Little Caesar's is a pizza place from I think it's from Michigan originally, which is where I'm from originally. But you can find stuff that's quite familiar that in Mexico City that you really don't find in other countries and cities in other places in the world. Okay, let's take a look at these trees. So there's a kind of a median right there of lots of trees everywhere, and that was one of the things I really liked about this particular neighborhood. And a lot of the neighborhoods that I was walking around in was, you got these pretty nice buildings right next to you on the left, and then you have a lot of trees everywhere. So I didn't feel like I was in like I was being, what's the word, bogged down by pollution or smog or something like that. I think it was just very,
turn around and go back towards,
I don't know, well, trees give off clean air anyway, so it's just in a lot of these neighborhoods that had like rows of trees. And I think you're going to see that pretty much the entire video here for this one, this La Condesa area. I have lots of other video footage too, so just keep taking a look for those. Yeah, make sure you make a comment and like it. It gets it in the algorithm. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing here, just take a look at my other Mexico City stuff. So I think in total I'm probably going to have like maybe at least a dozen photo videos, you know, maybe even close, somewhere in the teens, maybe even like, you know, 14, 15, 18, I don't know. I haven't put them all up there yet. So yeah, take a look at my other Mexico City stuff too. It's a great city. I'm going to be also having stuff about going to there's like a pyramid ruin site, not really ruins, but like, you know, like ancient historical. I'm going to have that up there coming up. I'll have other neighborhoods in Mexico City, and you'll get a good sense of what the city is actually really like, especially if you've never been there. You can see, check out that VW bug. But yeah, you get a feel for what it's like. Yeah, actually, it's funny. Like, even that VW bug, it's not like, it looks pretty stylish actually. Okay, so yeah, you can also see the people and the way they dress, and this is I think later in this same video you're going to see me be walking by people who are like in restaurants and hanging out, and it's in the daytime, of course, and there's people socializing in the daytime, and they're like, basically they're like good people that you'd like to be socializing with, you know what I mean? Let's see, what else should I talk about? Mexico City, the shops. Yeah, pretty much saw everything. You can see it. I think when I'm walking around here, I have the date labeled, so if you want to look and see exactly what day of the week it is, you can. 2019, May 24th. So yeah, these are kind of like, I guess it's like some of these, it's that little scooter thing, so you can kind of see it's all the stuff that's popular internationally would be right up there at the top too for Mexico City. So yeah, I like the feel of it. Okay, let's see. Just gonna take a look at some of the, see what we can see in this video a little bit. Okay, so there's I think pretty soon, within the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna go into a restaurant and eat something. I'll show you that on the video as well. And sometimes some of these videos I like to put the audio on and off so that you can hear the sights and the sounds. I think this neighborhood was kind of a relaxed one, so there wasn't as much talking going on. Sometimes I try to talk while I video, and sometimes I don't.
Go down these roads
And it just depends on how I feel. So I think this one, there's definitely some interaction that you might want to hear. They might be interested in hearing, but I think you also like it when I talk over it too. So it's kind of mix it up sometimes. Pizza and pasta, 50% off. I think is this one I go into. I think I'm. There's a musician right there. You probably want to hear him. Maybe I'll put the. I'm recording the video right now, so maybe in the background you can hear it. I'll put it at 50%, so maybe you can hear some things in the background once in a while too.
Beautiful area.
But yeah, these streets are pretty. Actually, look, if you look at the streets too, they're pretty clean too. Actually, I don't remember seeing people cleaning the streets, but they definitely do. Because look at them, they're like well maintained, and I think I definitely saw people who were like taking care of the street in front of their business, and I imagine probably their house too. So that might be just something that people do. And then, okay, yeah, I'm taking a picture here. So this is my first time in this particular neighborhood. I think later I have other videos where I'm not taking as many pictures and stopping because I get to know the neighborhood a little bit more. So I think this one I kind of like I think I like the way that the tree lines are and things like that. Bike share program straight ahead. There's not many cities that don't have that anymore. So yeah, Mexico City, not surprisingly, would have that as well. And I think I've also seen the scooter ones too. Let's just take a look. Panderia. So that one's a bakery. And I think I'm going to be going into this to a restaurant in a few minutes. Actually, when you're doing video, like the photo, like taking a still photo doesn't seem as interesting when you're with video, because video you can really get a good feel for it. And sometimes when I take, photography pictures, it's a little bit misleading, because you'll just see, like that right there, like that little plaza or that little cafe with the chairs out on the sidewalk, and be like, oh, okay, that looks pretty cool. Then when you're walking, you can kind of see like how frequent or infrequent it is, and if that's just kind of like the feel for the whole neighborhood, or if that's just like a one-off. And actually, you can kind of see this is just kind of the way they do it in Mexico City. They'll have this kind of stuff, like people will be able to eat, enjoying the street feeling and view, and yeah, the streets feel safe. Like I did not even worry at all about security. Like I've been to a lot of different places, like Manila, Saigon, and it's like you got people coming at you from the street, so like it's kind of, Mexico City's not like that at all. It's just like normal. Okay, so I'm walking by a club there, so you got peeking there a little bit. There's something going on, but I have my camera on. I don't really want to mess around. So Domino's Pizza, lots of pizza places, lots of everything. And actually, it's like even that Domino's is pretty stylish, right? So Mexico City had a nice style to it. Like usually when you eat Domino's in America, it's like it's not like that, right? Like you can't sit and eat it outside and have like kind of a cool looking venue to eat in. Usually you just grab it and go, or to be, kind kind of like hard tables, the kind that you'd see in a fast food that kind of wants you to move on. Yeah, lots of stuff like this. I'm gonna sit down and eat a couple tacos in one of these in a minute from now. I can see it in the video. I can see what's coming. So yeah, this is a pretty big place. I think. Okay, this is the one that I grabbed something to eat. So yeah, pretty cool venue though.
Hello. Let me see. Tacos.
Here's my guys getting me all set up. I have no idea what to get. Choose something quickly and randomly.
These.
Tortilla medianita.
Okay. Maybe dos. Order. Sit down. Bistec dos.
Dos de bistec.
Sí. Gracias. I'll get sit outside.
Yeah, but I want to sit outside, sir. Alright. It's my spot. I was gonna leave the camera going, but it's like, I guess probably viewers wouldn't want to. There's my Dr. Pepper with me still. Okay, here comes the food in a minute. I think I turn it off and then it comes back on, and then you got my food right in front of me. There it is. Alright, those are just two really basic tacos, but that's exactly what I wanted though, actually, like the corn tortillas, and got all the sauces, and you just take that sauce and dip it on, and yeah, that's it right there. And I'm gonna turn it off, eat. Yep. So yeah, that was yeah, I finished that, and yeah, basically you can put all those little sauces, so there was what, maybe 8 of them or something like that, 7 or 8. So I could just, you know, try it a little bit with each bite. Basically, it's what I was doing.
Quanto cuesta? Yeah, look at
Alright, just pay for this and get out of here and keep walking.
That's muy bien.
So yeah, this is the La Condesa area. And Mexican money right there. I can't remember the exchange right now, but I think it was like 18 pesos to the dollar, I think. So, if I remember right. So, I'm not sure what I end up giving him, but.
¿Tiene change para este?
So I need some change, so I don't know what he gives me back. Part of the fun of trying to remember it. This is from. I filmed this maybe about 1 month ago. Just getting it up on YouTube. So a lot of times I'll collect the footage and slowly get it up there and make it available. But yeah, so this is the La Condesa area. Pretty cool area. I don't want to get my videos too big, so I think what I'm going to do is stop it after, and then you're going to see another La Condesa if you want to see more. And you should see it because the neighborhood's pretty cool. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, there's like 400, so some change back. So I don't know what that probably would be like. Maybe it's like $2 a taco or something like that. So I think it might have been like 80.
Muchas gracias.
I think actually later when I look at the bill, that's right. When I look at the bill, there was already like a tip that was factored in. So I think the tacos were maybe like a little bit lower. I think it was like supposed to be. I think I remember that now. It's supposed to be like maybe 30 a taco or something like that, which would be like $2 or something. Then I think I gave him a little bit extra. Then later I saw that the tip was already there. Anyways, whatever it was really good. It's always like the food is always good in Mexico City. So I don't know, like when you're in Mexico City and you're eating Mexican food, it's like, oh man, this is just the best thing ever. All right, so there's lots of little gringos. The gringos, kind of, that woman kind of have an American feel about her. I don't know if she was or not, but she talking on her phone with her hand, being kind of animated and kind of straight blonde hair. That's just kind of combed straight down, and but not really styled. It looks kind of like an American. Let's follow this guy, and then in a minute I think we're gonna close out for La Condesa. I don't want the video to be too long, and yeah, I guess we'll end right over here in Dolphy. So if you want to see more, just yeah, check it all out, and I'll show you more of this neighborhood and some others too. So we'll cut it at a nice 20 minutes, just because I don't any longer, and you guys might not actually it's a little too much for people, I think. All right, so hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, make sure you like it, subscribe, make a comment below. Here's me taking a look at some money. I guess I'm I don't know, there must have been something interesting about it, because I'd already been in Mexico City for a little bit, so I'm not looking at it for the first time, but I'm I think we're just counting it because it's all, I think I've been there maybe 2 days or something like that. All right, so hope you enjoy that. That's another part of Mexico City, so we'll stop it right there.
Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da movimento.